everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Call Me Chris, and you can call me Chris. And today, we are here with my bestest friend in the whole wide world, the only person I talk to on a daily basis, besides my partner. It's Silly Miss Boogie Boo.
Hello, everyone. Oh, that's a really nice intro, and I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. We're English and we're in LA. We're in LA in a hotel room.
Yes.
I slept on this couch last night.
Why?
Because my mother slept in the bed and she snores like a freight train, and I didn't sleep
At all.
So if anything bad goes on, it's because my mom. Yeah, I'm sleep deprived. But anyway, we're reading scary Reddit stories because I'm with the scary queen herself.
Spooky Boo, and it's almost Hallows
And
Eve.
it's almost Hallows Eve.
Get your pumpkin.
Get your pumpkins, get your ass in the sofa, get some snacks,
Pumpkin spice.
get your cozy blanket.
Yep.
Let's get some freaky deaky stories going on.
Getting deep.
This first story, so I looked up r/true scary stories on Reddit, so who the hell knows if it's actually true. But
Okay.
we're gonna safely assume it is and kind of go from there. You
Okay.
can react throughout. I do, because of ADHD. Hard for me to stay on track.
Yeah.
First story is, my wife stepped on something in the lake. The next day, they found a body.
I don't like dark water.
Me
No.
neither. Still dark water. Ocean even.
We watch too many scary movies to
Yeah.
ever go in a pond.
We really do. A few years ago, when my daughter was a toddler, my wife and I used to take her to a nearby lake to picnic, swim, and just unwind. It was a peaceful spot, quiet, not too crowded, the kind of place where you could easily forget about the world around. Are you looking at the story? You're not allowed to look!
I'm looking at them.
It makes me self-conscious.
Eye contact. I won't read ahead.
Side note,
I just read. I'm like, oh my god, Chris!
We were watching Love is Blind together on the plane.
Yeah.
And she was literally Googling, like, who got with who before we even knew it. Stuff. I'm like, stop it! Okay, I like spoilers too.
It is what it is.
It's fine. Anyway, it's a place where they like to unwind. An afternoon. After we'd finished eating, my wife decided to go for a quick swim while I stayed on the beach with our daughter. I watched her wade out into the water, the sun sparkling off the surface. Ooh, I like this. A minute later, she suddenly stopped and turned to me, shouting something. At first, I couldn't make out what she said, but her expression was off. Then I heard her clearly. I think I just stepped on someone's face. Okay, wait. Maybe chill out with the things right now, because this is really bad.
I hope this isn't real. That's dark.
It's supposed to be real. I froze a second, thinking maybe she was joking, but the look on her face wasn't playful. It was pale.
There's a toe in the mouth!
Almost terrified. She quickly started making her way back to the shore, her legs moving faster, like she couldn't get out of the water fast enough. Oh, I know that feeling so hard.
Oh, that was so bad.
So awful. When she got back to me, she was visibly shaken. She said that while she was swimming, her foot brushed against something soft.
Oh, God.
And at first, she thought it was a rock or a weird patch of seaweed. Oh, I hate seaweed. But when she pressed her foot down, she felt the unmistakable shape of a face beneath the water.
No, thank you.
A nose and an eye socket. She swore she felt the hollow of the eye.
Ew!
I'm so sorry, I didn't know where this was going. I mean, I kind of did from the title, I guess, but I don't know. I considered going in to check it out, but something stopped me. The unease in my gut, maybe.
Call the police. I would have
Call someone. Don't go and check it out.
I wouldn't have called anyone. I would have went and not alone. And I would have like went down and tried to like be like, is this an eye? And I just would have like hooked him by the bridge of the nose and pulled him up.
No, you called the authorities.
They gotta see it. What if it's a mannequin?
No, it's soft and squishy. No. We decided to pack up and leave right after that. The next day, the local news reported that a young boy who had been missing for days was found drowned in the same lake, not far from where we had been. He'd been there the whole time, just beneath the surface.
Ew!
To this day, my wife is convinced she stepped on his face. That is horrifying.
Well, you don't
Can
want
you
your
imagine?
DNA to be on there. Because then they're like,
Oh,
where were you?
And that's why you call the authorities, because you'd be like, I stepped on somebody's face. You always call the authorities. It's never a good idea not to.
911, what's your emergency? I stepped on someone's face in a pond.
Yes,
That's
of
what
course.
you called me. I want to check if it was a body myself. If you found a dead body, would you take a picture?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I'm convinced though I will find a dead body at some point in my life. I've like spoken into existence.
Yeah, I kind of like every time I drive past like weird places or something, I'm like, if I stopped, I feel like I'd find a dead body.
My mom and my mom used to watch out the window as we drove by places and I'd be like, what are you looking at? And she's like, I'm looking for bodies. So now anytime I'm in the passenger in a car, I just stare in the woods to look for bodies.
Yeah, well, you have like that like intuition about that stuff too. She's literally found Hadn't you found them?
That happened once, that man.
Yeah. Or you didn't find them, but you...
No, I knew where he was.
You knew where
and
he
that was dark.
That's horrifying, though.
Yeah.
My God. I don't know why, but I know, you just know how a face feels, and especially a face that's been in water.
Can you just lay on the floor? I want to...
No, you're not...
It's gonna be slimy.
Because they're bloated, and then the eyes would have been picked out by, like, fish and stuff by then, so it totally makes sense with the eye socket and stuff.
That's gross.
It's gross.
Rest in peace.
So that one was marked as terrifying on r/True Scary Stories. They have, like, different levels. So that was a terrifying one, which is fair.
I think that's terrifying.
I think that's a fair
Not the
one.
worst, but terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is by Powder Fresh.
I like that.
The blue truck that followed me. When I was in my mid-20s, I moved to a new apartment complex with my parents. We liked this place because it was in walking distance to a lot of things. There was a gym, restaurants, a grocery store, a hair store. A mini mall was just a few blocks away. This was before my joints went to hell, so I joined the gym. And I walked there faithfully as my warm-up multiple times a week. I usually went on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, late mornings, and returned after about 2 hours of workout. One Tuesday, I noticed a blue truck driving slowly on the street as I walked, but I didn't pay much thought to it until I saw the same truck that Thursday.
Is this a woman?
Powder Fresh? Maybe.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but in my head it was a man, but now I'm thinking it's a woman.
Yeah, I had a man vibe. I was also a man vibe.
Interesting. Okay, we'll keep going.
The same truck showed up again Friday on the lane close to me, so I moved closer to people's yards as I walked hastily. The truck slowed down, keeping up with my pace briefly before driving off. I was nervous and decided to wait for my dad to get off work so he could walk me back home.
It's a woman.
I skipped the gym that Saturday and I decided to change up my workout schedule because I didn't have a set work schedule. I switched my gym days to Monday and Wednesdays and walked there in peace for about a week. Until the truck showed up again. The driver had learned my new schedule and began following me again. This Wednesday, the truck slowed down and the driver rolled down his window.
Oh no.
It was a man inside of Hispanic heritage. He smiled at me and was beginning to talk when another man leaving the gym and two women leaving their front porch came running up yelling. They said they had witnessed the man following me. They asked him what he was doing. Why was he following me? What did he want? All while screaming, the man quickly drove away.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. They asked me if I was okay, and I had told them that he had been following me and I'd learned my new schedule. The man walked me to the gym and told me not to leave by myself. They said I needed to be careful and call the police next time because people are crazy.
Yeah.
I have always been grateful to the strangers for stepping in that day. My dad walked me back home again that day. I waited a month before going back to the gym and I walked my dog around the apartment complex for exercise instead. Once I did start going back, I didn't see the blue truck again.
Yeah, he knew he got found out.
You know, it's crazy. Almost every woman has a stalker story.
Yes, absolutely. It's just like, you just know the feeling. I was like,
Yeah, you're just like, there's the markers.
Yeah. Do you have like a stalker story?
Oh yeah. I when I started the Haunted to Stay podcast, there was a man who would call in because I had a phone number, and he would leave hour-long religious rants on there.
Oh yeah.
And then he figured out where I lived and started parking across the street. Eventually, one day it just stopped. I took a break from the podcast and never came back, but it came to I saw his car, went into a McDonald's to the bathroom to kind of lose him, and the person who came into the stall beside me, I looked down and I saw they were man shoes, so I left, and that was the last time I ever heard from him.
Jesus.
Yeah, here's the bathroom.
Yeah, when was this?
Oh gosh, 2013 to
before
2014. Oh yeah, way before.
I have some now that after this, but like even before, like it was like I was like 18, 19. I have like 4 different.
That's wild.
And there's one, because I worked in a tanning salon and like a lash studio, but men would come into tan all the time, often with their wives. Often didn't care that their wife was with them and whatever. But there was a guy that had a wife, and they would always come in together. And then he started coming in alone. They started coming in separately. His name was, I don't give a shit. His name was Ned. F you, Ned.
Ned, why?
Like,
not a Flanders,
50s, bald, just like
not your type.
Not my type. And also it was illegal because I was 17. But he was married and everything. His wife was really nice, and he would just start asking me really inappropriate questions at work. Like, I would be awake because he would start coming in only on my shifts.
Yeah.
He would track my shifts every time. And then if I wasn't there, he would ask my fellow employees, where is she? And then the next time he would come in and be like, hey, why were you at the doctor? Because they're idiots. They're like, oh, she's at the doctor. And he said, why are you at the doctor? Are you pregnant? And I said, no.
Ew!
It's none of your business. And then he would also start to follow me around town, leave gifts in my car.
In your car?
On my car.
Okay.
On my car.
What was the kind of gift, though?
It was like the things that you could put on the antenna.
Yeah.
And I would look at it, and I would take it off, and I would throw it away.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to the local grocery store again, and I knew it was him because he showed me them at the tanning salon. It was awful. And then as soon as I started to like tell my dad and everything, that stopped happening.
Good.
And he never came back because I also told my boss, I said, we need to ban him.
Bye, Ned.
There's like 2 other ones at the tanning salon.
Ew!
Anyway, stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
Always call the police. Always follow your instincts. This one is called, My 3-year-old niece has been talking to the devil.
Throughout the whole child.
Okay. For context, my cousin just bought an old house with her husband and their baby girl.
Oh.
Never good. Just kidding.
The start of every horror movie ever.
Or horror movie.
Literally.
It's really old. Like, it has a tiny door on the outside where the milkman used to deliver milk.
I had one of those.
That's cute. And a cellar in the basement. Oh, not so cute. Anyway, I babysat their daughter Ella in the new house for the first time 2 nights ago and got really freaked out. The basement has low ceilings and 2 main rooms, a little kitchen and a playroom where Ella spends most of her time. There's no door between the rooms, just an opening, and there's a bathroom and the cellar off of the playroom. All right, I'm lost already, but that's fine. So I watched Ella for a little over 4 hours and we spent it most of the time in the playroom. There's a TV, her playpen, and a bunch of toys. At one point, I left her in the playpen to make a snack in the kitchen, and I heard faint voices from the playroom over the sound of the sink. I wondered if Ella managed to turn on the TV somehow. Fair assumption.
Yeah.
When I turned off the sink, the only voices I heard was hers.
Okay.
Oh no, she's talking nothing, man.
That's never
Throw
good.
it out.
No.
She was talking normally, not like she was trying to get my attention, but I said, "Be right there, sweetheart." Anyway, I thought I heard her shushing someone.
No! 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 No.
Oh man, if my kid did that, man, exercised.
Yep.
And as I came back from the kitchen, I heard her say something like, "Be quiet."
No.
The TV was off and she was playing with her toys. I asked her who she was talking to, and she looked down and said, "No one."
Okay.
I sat down next to her and said, "Come on, Ella, who are you telling to be quiet?" And then she giggled, looked up at me, and said what sounded like, "Satan."
Satan.
Oh, God.
The mom comes home. Why is there a priest here?
Yeah. Why is there sage smoke in my house? I laughed at first because it sounded like she said, "Satan." Hilarious.
Yeah, so funny.
With her little lisp. I asked her to repeat herself and she said it again. "Satan." Oh God, that's really nerve-wracking.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I asked her, "What are you saying? Who's Satan?" And she pointed behind me.
No!
I turned around to see she was pointing at the cellar door.
No!
I said, "The cellar? What's in there?" She repeated, "Satan." I got chills. I got up to look in the cellar, but suddenly I was afraid to open it.
Yeah.
I felt ridiculous, but I was so creeped out. I asked her if there was someone in the cellar, and she nodded. I asked if he talked to her, and she said yes.
Oh, wow. Great.
I asked what he said, and she shrugged. I asked her if he opened the door or if she saw him while I was in the kitchen, and she said no. I asked if she had ever seen him before, and she said yes. I asked what he looked like, and she said, "Dark." Then I asked if she could draw him for me, and I gave her a paper and some crayons. She started scribbling in black and then in red. What she drew scared the crap out of me. Here it is. I said, "What is that?" And she said, "It's Satan. Go look." I did not look.
No, I wouldn't look either.
In fact, I changed the subject. Put on a kid's show and sat with my back against the wall opposite the cellar until her parents came home. Smart. I hid the drawing and waited until they put Ella to bed before talking to my cousin about it. First I asked what was in the cellar. She said they used to use it as a junk room, but she doesn't go in there because it gives her bad vibes.
Yeah, apparently.
The cellar door is positioned in a way that no light shines directly into it, and you have to walk about 10 feet into the dark before you find the pull string for the light, so she just says she stays out of there. Then I told her about what happened, and she kind of laughed awkwardly at first and seemed willing to chalk it up to a child's imagination. Then I showed her Ella's drawing, and she screamed. Interesting. All right. Her husband rushed over and held her as she cried. "It's the thing from my dream." Oh,
No.
Her husband explained that their first week in the house, my cousin fell asleep on the couch in the playroom and had a nightmare where she couldn't move from the couch, and Ella was in her playpen. I have chills all over me.
I hate it.
With the demon standing over her. Oh, this is like that show I watched on Netflix.
It's reminding me of Paranormal Activity. No, which one?
I can't remember what it's called, but this has literally happened. She has like sleep paralysis, and the demon like comes over to her bed and like cuts off her fingers and stuff, and it's really interesting. It's a really good show. I have to remember what it's called, but it sounds like it. When she woke up, she was alone, but the cellar door was open.
Oh God.
She slammed it shut and ran upstairs. Apparently, it took her husband a long time to calm her down and convince her it was just a bad dream.
Yeah.
But now that they know Ella has seen the same creature and is calling it Thetan, they're thinking of selling the house.
Yeah. Good. Go.
They're not white.
Leave.
They're not white. White people stay.
I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, white people be like, I know a lady.
It's fine.
And she's gonna bless this house.
It's fine. Her husband is currently doing some research on the house's history, and I'm wondering if they're gonna find out if it was used for devil worship or something. Whatever it is, I think it's important to note that Ella is not afraid of Thetan. In fact, she talks to him like he's her friend.
See, that's creepier than anything, is the fact that they're friends. Now, is she a demon?
I know! This is like Paranormal Activity. Mm-hmm. With him liking,
Toby the whole time.
I hate the name Toby now because of that movie.
Literally. It was like one of my favorites. Now I hate it.
Yes.
Kids are so scary because they don't get it like we do.
No, and they're so innocent and like they're just like, what's the big deal? It's just fate.
It's just a big furry goat man that says dark things. Sell the house with the child in it.
Yeah.
Free gift with purchase.
Don't actually, but also you should.
This is called Doppelganger.
Oh, I love these ones.
So I'm from the Philippines. I just thought I should have mentioned that since I have a different belief surrounding the paranormal. This happened earlier today as I was supposed to go to school to get my card to see my quarterly grades and get my certificate for honors recognition. Congratulations. But I slept in. Not that much honors. So then I messaged the GC to ask if I could still get my card. The convo goes like this. Let's give my classmate and teachers names for ease of reading. Classmate 1 is S, classmate 2 is M, teacher is Mrs. J. This is the gist of the conversation. Me, can I get my card? I slept in. M, why did you leave? You could have gotten it earlier. Me, I just woke up. S, Mrs. J and I saw you at school. Quit joking. Me, how could that be possible? I just got out of bed. Miss J, you should stay at home. Try not to go outside. They explained they only briefly saw the doppelgangers. They were seen at different times in different places. My classmate said that she saw me wearing a red polo and leaving the school. She called out to me, but I didn't say anything nor look back. My teacher said she saw me wearing a cream-colored polo and that I waved at her but said nothing. After that, they weren't seen by anyone else as far as I know. My teacher told me not to leave the house since there's a belief that it is a bad omen, but I don't know. What do you guys think they saw? Am I in any real danger? If so, let me know about any precautionary measures.
I love doppelganger stories.
I had so many growing up as a kid.
Really?
Oh, my brother, I used to see him all the time, and he wouldn't even be home from lunch. I'd see him walk in the backyard towards the house, so I'd go and get his stuff off the microwave, and then I'd go back to the window, and I'd see him walk through the same spot in the backyard to come inside.
I think it's skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah, or aliens.
Yeah, I love it.
What do you think it is?
Glitches.
Glitches in the Matrix?
Yep.
Oh, there's so many possibilities. Glitch. Oh yeah, I'm reading the comments as well. It says, only in danger if you run into them, apparently.
Run into yourself?
Yeah.
Never had that
that's
happen.
Scary. The same exact story, same location, same combo was on here a year ago. And then the OP said, really? Down to the T in the Philippines and at a school? Freaky. Oh, that's really weird too. Like it's like a
Matrix
glitch in that like one place.
I have a story that I have told like years ago. Okay. And it's one where people are like, no, I've heard that story before. I've heard that story, and they call me out on it, and I'm like, oh, this was 100% my story.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm. My hitchhiker. I was like, okay. I used to work in a factory.
You'll never hear it.
No, I used to work in a factory, and there was a crazy snowstorm. We had gotten let off like an hour ago. Everybody was like getting their cars out, and I decided not to take the highway because it was backed up. So I went through these little small towns. Okay. It was like that really nice poofy snow. I'm driving along. No one is around. Everyone's stuck on the highway. And I see a girl on the side of the road. She's wearing cut-off shorts. She's wearing like a black tank top and flannel.
Okay.
She has her hand out. I'm thinking, oh my God, she's in shorts on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna pick you up. So I pull over and I'm like, hey, do you need a ride? And she just leans in my front window and she doesn't say anything. I'm like, I'm going to Woodstock if you want to ride. She just gets my back seat. I look at her in the mirror. I'm looking at her in the mirror. I'm driving to Woodstock. I'm trying to talk back and forth. She doesn't say anything. I look in my rearview mirror. She's not in my back of my seat anymore.
You had the hitchhiker.
It's a hitchhiker.
It is. No, that's a very common occurrence.
I had that happen in Beachville, Ontario, Canada.
Selena!
Yep, I picked her up. And it was one of those ones that has like stuck to me so much in my life. But everyone's like, oh, I heard that story. I'm like, it happened. I was like 21 years old and it shakes me to this day.
Oh, that's like a scary story. It could be on Reddit.
There was no snow in the back. Like nobody was ever in there. But I picked her up.
You saw a ghosty.
I hate getting called out. There's another one. One time I dropped a textbook and farted.
Yeah.
I'm like, I dropped it to cover a fart, but I dropped it. Everyone looked at me and then I farted. And everyone's like, you made it up. I've heard that. No, we just all did the same mistake.
Yeah. People have the same stories. It's okay. Yeah, don't spread out. I'm getting tough now.
It's just not I had to eat. This one's under
Last one.
spooky. I thought it was my toddler.
Already scary. Throw it out.
That kid shows up in the middle of the night and is like, there's something in my room. I'll be like, well, go back there and never come back. Or like in the hallway in the middle of the night.
We're gonna make great moms someday.
Oh man. This was a few years back. But from time to time, I still have an eerie feeling. For background, I sleep in my son's room in a separate bed as he has autism and needs me at night a lot. When he was a toddler, I had him in the toddler bed in that half guard rail thing. He would wake up in the middle of the night and crawl on the floor giggling because he thought he was being a sneaky little bugger.
Okay.
So one night I had a feeling like somebody had sat on the edge of my bed. I turned over and saw my son crawling around on the floor like he usually does. So I told him, get back into bed. Mm-hmm. And literally, as soon as I said that, I heard him snore. I looked over at his bed and he was lying there asleep. I looked back to the floor and there was nothing there. The update to this is that now my son is older and he used to feel something sit on the edge of his bed and he would feel it all the time. Then it stopped for several years. But recently, I have been feeling this something sitting on the edge of my bed feeling again.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Little short one, but that's good.
Just a kid crawling around on the floor. That's terrifying.
He's snoring. That's horrifying. Gross. The only way you could explain it away is like sleep paralysis, maybe.
Yeah, or like,
you're sleeping and it's just like a night terror and you think you're awake. But either way, it's scary. Sleep paralysis is scary.
What have we learned from these?
Don't have kids.
Yep.
Don't babysit other people's kids.
Don't go swimming in dark lakes.
Don't go swimming in dark, still lakes. If a truck is following you, get the fuck out of there.
Just call the police.
Call the police.
Don't conjure things. I know it's not a don't talk to the ghost. If you see him, if you run into your doppelganger, go home.
Yeah, doppelganger. See yourself? Run. Don't look at it.
Yeah, if anybody else sees you around, don't leave.
Yes.
Immediately no.
I thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me. Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Also, grab some SourBoys. Go to sour.gg. I know we're talking about some sour little subjects here, but go get some sweet.
They're freaking delicious.
Go to sour.gg. There's a lot of candy there.
I ordered it and I ate it all.
We got little guys. We got SourBoys. We got new flavors every single week. But yeah, other than that, I will see your beautiful face in the next video. All right? Bye!